is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Go download the SGPN app for all of our free picks and podcasts in one app. SGPN app in your app store. We are back. Did we pod last week, or did you help? No, we did not pod last week.
We did.
We podded early last week, and we didn't pod together the week before.
Right. Really early last week, yeah.
So, this is 10 days of us not podding.
Yep.
Glad to have you back. Glad to talk some golf. I am currently 20 minutes, 8 minutes from Pebble Beach. You are in the cold Michigan. We're here to talk golf.
Actually pretty warm. It got to 40 today.
Oh, yeah, blazingly warm.
Yes.
Blazingly warm. I would be a mess if that was the case, though, because it was cold today on the course. It wasn't actually cold. It was blowing a gale. It was literally 40-mile-an-hour winds today. And I was cold from the wind, and I'm soft, and I will admit that I'm soft, and it was bad.
All right. Hey, you live in Florida. That's part of it.
Yeah, that is part of it. But we are here to talk Pebble Beach. We're not on Goddard last week, but I want to give him a shout out because that was just special stuff. I had a little sweat with Fitzy, but he went away pretty early. But shout out Goddard. He's just becoming. He's becoming a top. He's literally world number 5, but he might be better than that.
He's actually. I mean, I posted that clip from 2021 when me and you were talking about him when he first came on, and we had very high hopes, and we saw the ceiling right away. But I didn't think this was possible. I really didn't.
No,
I don't think anyone could have.
I always said when he was younger, oh yeah, he has an elite skill set, meaning he can drive the ball as well as Rory McIlroy type deal.
Yep.
And that will alone, you'll pick up a PGA Tour win if you have that skill set, which not many guys do, obviously. And he clearly has done that and some more. He beat Rory in Scotland. Now he's winning one of the hardest events to win on tour at the Waste Management. And he's locked for the President's Cup. And what can happen in the future?
For years to come. I mean, he lost strokes putting in one. And then at Sony, he lost on approach in one and gained a bunch of putting. So it's he's doing it with his driver, which isn't a shock to anyone. He's gaining a ton of strokes off the tee every week. But the fact that he's winning by losing strokes putting and or on approach this year, insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. That's high level stuff in you. I would not be able to golf if it was 48 degrees. So shout out you for that. Let's talk about some Pebble Beach. Scotty Scheffler, favorite question of the day. Are we going to Scotty? Are we not going to Scotty? I know you're not going to Scotty, but what are your thoughts on him? I mean, what's your thoughts on the market as well? Because you like to go for it no matter what.
I am going to go for it again, but I will say this is the most nervous I've probably been.
Okay.
I'm shocked he hasn't won here, I guess. It's not like he's played bad, and it's not like he's been good for that long, but back-to-back top 10s, it just seems like this place really suits Scotty. The last 3 days really scare me. What he just did at
Waste.
But yeah, that was for him. When he started making birdies early on Sunday, I was like, he's gonna push his way into this thing, and he really did. I mean, he played about as good as he could have to dig himself out of a hole. For a while, it was looking like a miscut there, and then he just flipped a switch and turned it on. So I'm going at him the same way I always do, but like I said, I'm gonna be a little more cautious this week.
Okay. I thought it was funny how he had a 10-stroke lead on Goddard, or Goddard had a 10-stroke lead on him after round 1. And then I was like, oh, who's gonna win, Scotty or Goddard? And then they end up finishing 1-2 or whatever it was, or I guess 1-3. Hilarious stuff. Truly hilarious stuff. And I did say earlier in the week and last week, I think Scotty gets one of these next two, whether it's Pebble or Riv, because I think he has that I want to conquer these golf courses. I never have done it before. I'm gonna get it done. So look for that to be done. What are you looking for at Pebble Beach? Just normally, and then I will give my feedback from what I saw today to an extent.
Yeah, so you mentioned the wind. I haven't had a chance to look at weather that much yet, but that's obviously always in play at Pebble. You look at some of the recent tourney winners. I mean, they're right around that 20 under par mark. The average winner is about 18 under, give or take. But looking at wedges, looking at guys who are hitting it close and guys who can do something on and around the greens, with it being some of the smallest greens, if not possibly the smallest greens on tour that we see all year. You're going to want somebody who's sticking it close to the pin, obviously. No different from any other week, but I think that's kind of heightened a little bit this week is the proximity, especially with the wedges.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we have to have Pebble Beach in February every year because it's like notoriously a horrible weather in California, like on a yearly basis. But we're here now, and it's usually, I guess, windy and wet. Last year was beautiful; it wasn't like this, and it is windy and wet here. I can promise you that. I was out there, and basically every golfer was off of the course by noon because it got that bad after like around 12:30. Then at 1 o'clock it was just pouring down, and they saw the forecast and got out of Dodge. But the wind is a factor, is a massive factor, and it was. I did note this. I did know that it was the hardest wind I've ever felt in my entire life. Not that I've been around not that I have that many years in my life. I only have 25 years on the world, so there's more wind for me to feel when I get older. But it was the strongest wind I felt in my 25 years on this earth, no joke. And also, with that being said, I do think you need to be a stern, heavy ball hitter, which was one thing I took away, and it's not something I thought was the case going into Pebble, at least this year. I do think
Yeah.
you need to be a stern, heavy ball hitter, and I have a ton more course notes, which you can go check out over on my Twitter. All the links are there. Use code BOOTS. You'll get all the information that I wrote down. So, but I'll leave you guys with that. I do think you got to flush it off the tee, and more than just flush it, be a plus driver of the golf ball. Be able to hit it far.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I was going to ask, what do you think about, oh my God, I just drew a complete blank. It'll come back to me. It was a course question while you were going, and I
Okay.
forgot about it. So
But yeah,
if
I
it
mean, I
comes
will
back to
say
me,
if you're watching this and not really understanding what I'm saying, going into the week, I had the impressions like, yeah, drive it in the fairway, hit your wedges and mid irons close, like Pebble usually is. But from being out there today, how the course is playing with the wind, I drew a bias towards distance more than I thought I would have. And I can go into much more detail in that. And I did over on the other site. So get over there and check out the course notes because I think I usually, when I go to these events, I don't really hype up the course notes that much because it's the course notes. We know what they are. But sometimes there's like some glaring differences. And this is one of the weeks where I think you can get an edge potentially from playing just different guys. So I saw a potential edge. So go over there and check it out. But I guess we
it
talked
was,
about Scotty already. Oh, yeah,
I was going to ask you about bogey avoidance. That's what it was. Is that something where,
100%.
from what you saw today, you would weigh over birdies? Like where do you sit there?
Yes. Great
Okay.
question. And yes, I would weigh bogey avoidance over birdies as of now with the current forecast. I mean, obviously the weather changes, but if it plays like it did today, good luck. And the current forecast is calling for like 2.5 days like this and like 1.5 days where calmer. So it's going to be a little bit of both, but I think more times than not, the bogey avoidance will come through versus a birdie making because I know Pebble can be both.
Perfect.
All right, so we have a glaringly weird odds board, I guess. Scotty, and then I guess it's a real tournament after that. Rory, some of the longest odds we've seen him in a while. He was, I guess, a similar number last year. Then it shoots down to Xander Siwoo, CY, Victor, Tommy, J Rose, Maverick under 30. I guess we'll lump these all together. If you had to pick two guys in this range, you can include Rory as well. Who are they, or are you going to any one of these guys?
Two guys under 30. I'm not a Russell Henley guy, but this week I think I am. I think that's a pretty good number. Rates out extremely well for me. I think he does exactly what Pebble Beach asks of you. So Russell Henley, good looks, he can get a 30 going there. And then if I had to pick one more underneath, I think I'd go to Hovland at 28.
Yeah, great week he's coming off of, and he's been hitting it really, really, really well.
Yeah.
So I do like what you said there. I liked Henley a lot at the beginning of the week. The more I saw how the course could potentially play, I was kind of drifting away from him. I'm gonna go with a guy that I mentioned last week, and that's Cam Young again. Another, like, he didn't hit the ball well last week, and at Waste Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday when I was there, I did not see good things from him. So I kind of expected him to play somewhat poorly last week. I didn't see him yet this week, But on paper, I like what I said earlier makes sense for Cam Young, and you know how high we both are on him this year.
Yeah.
Not willing to just forget about him, and I think it's a fine number. And if you saw the clip I posted on Twitter yesterday, I think Cam Young is one of the most underrated wedge players on tour, and if he gives himself those opportunities, he can hit him close. So Cam Young will be my guy in this range.
All right. Love it. And I
Um,
think like people are just getting off of him too. So
yeah,
it's like
no,
a
I
couple
agree.
performances where people have questions where everyone was betting him, and now it's kind of the opposite. So
Yeah.
hop on.
All right, 30 and above. We still have a 3 in front of Chris Gotterup's name. Not sure how long that's going to last. I guess I'll see that in this range. It could be different on other books. BG, Decky, Matt Fitz, Michael Thorbs, Bob Mack is back. Patrick Cantlay. We have Ludwig over close to 40. Jake Knapp. That is everyone 40 and below on the book that I'm looking at right now. Anyone catch your eye there?
40 and below. Not really. I like Fitz. I think, were you on him last week?
I
You
was on him
said,
last
right?
week. Yeah.
Got off to a hot start, and I was kicking myself because I really like Fitz heading into this year. I just don't know I can get there at 34. I feel like Mav's a guy that I always talk
Mav
about
always
at
makes sense to you, right,
Pebble.
Peb?
But the number's a little short for me.
Except when it's the
Thor,
RSM.
Thor Bjornsson, I had the most FOMO on Sunday. Like I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
If I
figured you
miss
were.
if I miss Thor Bjornsson's win at 66, I wouldn't be okay with that. If I miss it at 40, it would hurt a little bit,
In
but
a
not as
signature
much as
event,
it would.
I don't know if we want to chase that after one really solid week. I agree with you.
I'm if he wins at 40, I'd be fine missing out on that one. So
Yeah.
um,
So this range for me, like, I want to look at Ludwig tomorrow because, like I said, he fits that bill of what I said: heavy ball hitter, great win at RSM, win at Cranes, Montana. Great, of course, you have to hit wedges really close. Remember, he almost won here the year. Wyndham Clark won 54 holes, so
yep.
we know he can do it here. It's just a matter of what's been going on with Ludwig. Buying him at a low, he's like close to 40-1. I would have laughed at you if you said we're going to get a 40 on Ludwig at this early in the season.
I just had to double check the book, and I can confirm there's a 45.
Yeah, I might have to text you about that tomorrow because that's something I might want to be a part of.
Because
Definitely.
all these guys in the 30s are going to lose for the most part. Why not take a shot on a guy at 45? If he loses,
They always lose. Yeah.
oh well. Most of
Right.
everyone's card's going to lose anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's not on the each way site, but there is a 45. I don't usually go solo when Scotty's in the field, but that's one. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
All right. I like that. Let's go down a little bit. 50 and above, or 40 and above, I guess here. JJ Spawn is back. J Day, Harris Inglis, Sam Burns, Ryan Gerard, Pearson Cootie, your favorite player in the world, Colin Morikawa, Min Woolley, Daniel Berger, just anywhere in this, I guess, like 50 to 70 range that just kind of catches your eye.
Two guys who I believe I'm going to bet right after the show with the each way. Jason Day at 45 and Pearson Cootie at 66.
Pearson Cootie popped for me in the models.
Yes, he is doing everything that we expected. I mean, I genuinely don't know how he lost his tour card his rookie year because he played a lot. He just didn't have it. He got it back, and I think he's here to stay on the PGA Tour. So
yeah,
I think Cootie is, he rates out extremely well for me. The only question mark I guess I have is his wedges, but getting a 66 with the top six each way definitely moves the needle for me. And then Jason Day, his wedges rate out great. On and around the green is fine. He obviously has a great track record here. Gains the second most strokes of anyone when it comes to course history. I mean, T24s is his worst since 2016, and outside of that, it's T13 last year was his second worst finish. So I don't usually bet Day, honestly, but
yeah, I can't remember last time you said Jason Day's name. There's actually a Jason Day meet and greet going on in a few hours, but I don't think I'm gonna make it because I need to go to bed, like I said. And I see him on the golf course when I'm there. I could just meet him there. But the guys that I'm looking at in this range, two guys one guy definitely hits a heavy ball, definitely really good at avoiding bogeys. That's Minwoo Lee. I like him here. I like him with these. If it gets tough, get up and down pretty easily. And then Jordan Spieth. I saw good things from Jordan Spieth at the waist. Didn't necessarily pan out, and I posted that video and I said, I think good things are coming going forward. And people kind of shit on me like, oh yeah, you said Spieth and he didn't play well. First of all, I'll never get everything right. If I got everything right, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be telling nobody anything and making all the money in the world. So, Jordan Spieth, I'm expecting some good things from coming forward, and obviously he can get it done here. He loves this course, and he has some pop in the driver still. So, Jordan Spieth and Minwoo Lee are two guys that I'm looking for in this range before we get to the triple digits.
I'm gonna shout one more. Same book that has Ludwig. I'm seeing a 70 on Sam Burns. I might have to deposit in this book and hammer both of them just off a feel.
Sam Burns I think he just putt badly again last week, or maybe I'm not sure, but he putt badly at Torrey, and then he had like maybe a bad ball striking week last week.
2 weeks in a row, he putt bad.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Wow, last week he was really bad across the board. He gained off the tee and lost pretty much everywhere else. Yeah.
It's tough seeing.
Irons have not been good, even into late last year, which I didn't realize. I mean, it's a little concerning, but I think a 70
that is definitely concerning for sure. Who do you like in the triple digits?
The only bet I have made is here in the triple digits. Marco Penge at 200.
That's a heavy ball hitter right there.
And exactly, to what you said. If the wind picks up and we're looking at distance and driver heavy guys, I think 200 to 1's an absolute steal when it comes to him. Corey Connors I kind of looked at, but I don't think I will get there. I heard you on the DFS show mention Alex Smalley, that 175 is tempting.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't think I'm going to get to too many triple-digit guys this week. But I did hit Akshay last week at 150.
Good call.
Each
Great
way.
call.
But it was just sometimes when we've said it for years, when you see guys who shouldn't be priced where they are, even if the leading form's not great or it doesn't make sense, just click it.
I have a guy that fits that exact narrative you just said. Maybe a deeper number than what I'm about to say, but 230 to 1. Ryan Fox. He's only played once this year. It was a great finish. T24 at the waist. Gained a stroke off the tee. Another, three strokes on approach. So 4 strokes ball striking. Gained 2 strokes putting. Okay, that looks like good form. 2-time winner. Heavy ball hitter off the tee. And as confident as they come, he doesn't care that he's going up against Scotty Scheffler. He doesn't give a fuck. He's
in the signature events this year. He's locked into all the SIGs.
He's locked in. He wants to play. He knows he can win. So I think the number's egregious. He's playing with Rory on Thursday and Friday. Rory and Jimmy Dunn. This dude is there for the moment. Ryan Fox could be first round leader. I think Ryan Fox first round leader might be a lock. So that's my pick.
He won 2 times in the last 10 months.
Yeah. Okay, give me a 230 to 1. I will take that. Sure.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. A guy who can, I'm not going to say any guy who can win 2 times because this does set up decent for Brian Campbell down there. There's a path for him to mix. No way you win this.
If the wind doesn't blow.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
That's it.
Very
true. He was playing well last week, and he was losing strokes off the tee and on approach, and he was 3 off the lead. I was like, this guy just has so much dog. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Campbell. You like him? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was talking about guys who won twice and then saw Brian Campbell down there. And I was like, well, I guess you could make a case for
You're not that far off. Yeah. You're not that far off. Do you like anything else?
Triples are a little bit more difficult. Obviously, we have a no-cut event here, smaller field. So you're not going to find a bunch of great value. Scrolling through, I'm pretty content with just Penge. Novak's 185. He actually rates out pretty well for me this week.
Yeah, I like Novak kind of everywhere.
I know. And the number keeps drifting. We keep saying get it while you can, and it just keeps drifting.
The driver was bad last week, and I looked bad in practice too. So I'm hopefully it looks better here, but I don't think it's as important here as you might think. So I don't mind that. So I agree with you on Novak. You want to
But
bring it
yeah, I
back
think
around? Go with three
yeah,
outrights, three outrights, a matchup, and two positionals, including the top 40.
that works for me.
All right, I'll start it off. I'm gonna go at the top. Actually, I'm not gonna go with Cam Young. I'm gonna go down the board a little bit. It's going to be, where did he just go? Where did he just go? Oh, Jake Knapp. I'm not sure I've ever mentioned Jake Knapp as I was liking him. But we've seen him flash a pebble before in a single round. He hits a very heavy ball at the tee, and when he gets hot, he kind of goes. And he had a really solid week last week. I don't think this place is as penal off the tee as it may have been in the past, or it may have seemed to the open eye. So I'm down for Jake Knapp at like 45-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at Russell Henley at 30-1, and then my second is going to be in the similar range with Jason Day at 45. Day, I'm going to hit the each way. Henley, I think I'm just going to bet just as outright, but that's still TBD.
Okay. I like that. My final two are going to be the guys I mentioned, Minwoo Lee and Jordan Spieth, for the reasons I already said. Just mash it off the tee and just get up and down. I do think there's a world where it becomes a difficult event over the weekend. Look at that Sunday forecast, and I trust those two to get it in the hole after missing greens if everyone's missing greens. So that is my three outrights: Minwoo, Jordan, and Jake Knapp.
All right, my last one is going to be I mentioned earlier, but going driver heavy, Marco Penge, 200-1 with the top six each way. Hasn't shown us a whole lot, but he's in this event because he was the top guy on the DP World Tour coming over. So I'm going to go Marco Penge at 200 and just blindly bet a really good golfer at a very high number.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I'm not seeing matchups, so you want to do three positionals, including the top 40. So two positionals, and then our top 41 and done.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So I'll go top 10. I'll start top 10. Rico Hoey. You can get a top 10 on him for about 7-1, maybe longer in some spots. Heavy ball hitter off the tee, horrible putter. If he could just hit enough greens, he has the ceiling to ball strike his way with the best of them. So I'm going to go with Rico Hoey, top 10, 7-1.
I will start with Sam Burns top 30 at minus 106. I
Should be a
mentioned his outright lost strokes putting 2 weeks in a row. Not really characteristic of him. We know what Sam Burns can do with the putter. So I'm just going to take the value and take the dip on Sam Burns' top 30 at minus 106.
All right. I have a top 20 and some insight. And I'm telling you guys, this insight, you can get a lot more of it. Go to my Twitter. But spoke with Ryan Gerard's coach, have some insight. And if they could design a course for Ryan Gerard, it'd be Pebble Beach. I wouldn't have guessed that, but I believe I wouldn't think he's lying to me. So Ryan Gerard top 20 plus 152. We'll see how it pans out. I don't necessarily trust him on the POA greens, but tee to green, I guess it does make sense. So Ryan Gerard top 20 plus 150.
I like it.
Yeah.
Top 40 matchup. We went
top 40 matchup.
0 for 2 last
back to back
week.
0 for 2. So I won the first week, you won the second week.
Yep.
And yeah, we lost the last 2 weeks. No, so we're dead even. This week is going to change. And it's top 40. There's not that many top 40 markets alive because it's a short field, but there's one, I think. So
Yes.
You want to lead us off?
You can go with your guy because I'm still scrolling real quick.
All right, I'm going to go with Aaron Rai, top 40 around even money. A guy that has generally played really good golf in the wind. He likes it over in the UK. Obviously, he's from there, and he is comfortable flighting that ball down, and you're definitely going to have to do that if you're not the longest guys in the field, and he's definitely not the longest guy in the field. So Aaron Rai, I think he'll play well enough to mix inside the top 40.
I am going to take Andrew Novak at plus 125. Don't
like that.
I'm not obsessed with it, but like I said, it's tough to get guys near even money in a field like this. Hopefully Novak can kind of snap back into form. Decent rates out decent for me with his wedges. So I'm going Novak. So Novak versus Rai.
Yes, beautiful. I think that's a good matchup. Both those guys can definitely get into the mix and honestly get a top 10 finish. So that does it Hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions, you know where to find us. I'll be on site tomorrow again. So if you're in the California area, I'll be here until Wednesday. I'll be at Riv next week. So any recommendations, any golf courses, hit me up. I'd love to play and catch you guys next week for the Riv Pod.